Happy Monday evening, everyone. Welcome. We're happy to have you with us. Thanks for coming along. Today has been a busy day here. How about all of you? It's all the funny things in life, isn't it, that take time, but it's really sweet to be able to come this evening and talk about cruising with you. We're really excited. We are 12 days out from going on the beautiful Discovery Princess to Alaska. I am really excited for tomorrow to come. It's 11 days out, so hopefully our boarding pass will be sitting there so I can fiddle around with it and try to make it work. Try to learn a few things there. If anybody wants to jump in and tell me if you have been able, like what special thing you had to do to be able to make the boarding pass show up for 2 people, would you tell me that? I've been trying to help somebody with that. Princess doesn't know how. I spent the total of about 3.5 hours on the phone today, and they don't know how. And so I'll just take it from you all or try to figure it out tomorrow. So just, you guys know a lot. It's nice to have you though. Tim, good to see you, and Cindy and the girls. We send our love. It's hot. It is hot there, 103. Earlier today when I looked, it was 99. It's only 91 here right now. So it's cooling right off.
And it's even saying light rain.
Oh, it's going to rain. It's been a little bit cloudy this afternoon, so that doesn't surprise me. Ray and Linda, thank you. I saw your email. I haven't had a minute to reply, but I clicked on it, and that is a fabulous ornament. I'll send you a thank you email, but that looks perfect. Absolutely perfect. They're coming with us on the Panama Canal cruise, and they're thinking of, they make really beautiful ornaments, and so they were generously going to make one for everyone. So it'll be extra special to remember that cruise. Every time you put it on your tree or hang it on a little hook on your wall, however it is you do fun things, it'll be a good reminder. So good to see you guys. And Matt, nice to have you. And Don and Scotty, Code 4 for Life. It is really nice to have you both with us. We really appreciate you both. So thanks for coming. And if anybody doesn't subscribe to Code 4 for Life, get yourselves over there. So Boss Peppa there, really hot in Raleigh. I think it's hot everywhere.
It is.
People from California to like the Northeast tell me how hot it is. So thanks for everybody. I love us all keeping up to date. It is a hot summer though, isn't it? So we're really lucky here though. We don't have the humidity that you all have. Oh. I don't like it when it rains because then it can get a little moist. Muggy, but nothing like y'all have. So no. Cheryl, hi there. Let's see, am I missing Carrie? Hey there, you're going to be off on your way.
Yeah, he says
inside 48 hours. So good. Have a wonderful cruise. Really enjoy it. So Francis from Tulsa, nice to have you with us. Love is life. Nice to have. Oh, Steve, it's you. Nice to have you with us, Steve. You and say hey to Kyle for us. Yeah, nice to have you, Michael. We'll be seeing you in just a minute. Yeah, he's coming on the Alaska cruise.
2 weeks from tonight.
In there, Attila the Fun from Galveston.
They got power back.
Oh, good. Cruise is up and running at the port.
Yeah,
that's the best news. And it sounds like Galveston is really organized. Maybe I'm wrong. I've not sailed out of there yet, but they seem to be. Every time I read something about them, like when I was telling you the other day about them studying their traffic patterns, I thought that's wonderful. They're on top of it. Myra, it is so good to see you in Sheldon. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Appreciate the super chat.
I hope you two are doing well. We think of you often, and I hope Sheldon's holding steady. I hope you're doing well, and you too, my dear.
Very kind of you. Yeah, Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. So Myra, she was on the Love Boat cruise. She and Sheldon were on the Love Boat cruise the last time we went. I didn't have a group that time. I was just there, but we had a Let's Go family meet and greet, which was so much fun. It was really special. So I had a time earlier in the day and then one later for people that couldn't come early. And Myra was the only one who came later, and it turned out so nice. We just literally sat there. Well, Sheldon was there for a while, and then he thought, well, I've got better things to do. So Myra and I just sat there and visited for the longest time. It's a really sweet memory to me. So thanks, Myra. Thank you. Thank you. I had a really nice time. I got to meet several of you. It was really, really happy to me. I'm really humbled, very humbled by all of you. So thanks for coming. Oh, hi, Patty. That's my best friend right there. So really good to see you, sweetie. I'm going to go visit my mom later this week, so it gives me just a minute to see her. So I'm excited.
Yep. And they're saying hi back and forth to each other.
You guys are so fun. Good. We've got Lucy and Susan, Lily. If anybody has any questions, just pop them in here. I should tell everybody, I noticed over on Facebook yesterday that I got questions about if we were going to send information. So let me tell you how I do it with a group. I am a little bit behind because I've been waiting for dining times. And so I gave up on the Alaska cruise. And in fact, I just slid down here right before we started here because I was on the phone trying to get that straightened out for the Alaska cruise. That's not really coming together yet. They thought maybe on Thursday. So I'll just send out another email. And for the Love Boat cruise, I'm hoping to get that sooner than later. And if it doesn't, we're not able to do it soon, I'll just send out an email. But I always, like on embarkation day, we have a time set up where we can all meet each other, where we give you your t-shirts and your schedule of events and just everything so that you know when we're going to get together during the course of the cruise. It'll have like dining times in the main dining room where we will be every evening. So it'll have a lot of information on that as well. We're also like keeping an eye on the ship schedule because I don't want to schedule like a group meet and greet, like a get together time during the time that like there's a big Love Boat event or something else that's super popular. So that's kind of what we work around is we try to schedule things. So that's what we're trying to do. So let me know if you think of other questions. Oh, Colette got an email today from Princess. So did anybody else? She's saying you could click on that one, Love Bug, about she got an email about double loyalty on her previously booked trip. So that's nice. Did you get an email? I guess we didn't because we don't have the plus, but we don't need the plus because we're both elite.
Yeah.
But you know what? I keep thinking of this, and I've said this. I don't know how much prices are going to go up, and then I'll get the plus package. You know what? We're like in this funny. We're in this funny time right now.
It depends, and of course, like you talk about with your various in your videos, you've talked about this. It depends on which ship you're going to be on, what your destination is.
How many days you've gone on board.
You know, because a lot of times, do we want a bunch of sodas on a cold trip?
Well, there's that, and then if you're going though, if you are elite or platinum, I don't know how much they thought about this when they did this promo, but when you are elite or platinum and you get that Wi-Fi for half off, that changes the game a little bit about how much your beverages are going to be, what part of that plus package. And so there's just a lot of things to think about.
There are.
I always like when people book a cruise with me and they have a question about that, we go through it to decide what's better for their pricing. Yeah. We got Tom here with us. Hi there, Tom. Tom has his own fan club, we've noticed. Oh, Mark and Melanie, thank you. You two are such a pleasure. If any of you ever, you should come on a group cruise. Mark and Melanie signed up for the Antarctica cruise. They're coming with us on the Mediterranean cruise, which I'm just going to throw out there. If you aren't busy, October 11th, and let me tell you one of the things that I really like about going to the Mediterranean in October. First of all, it's an awesome itinerary round trip out of Athens. So like what more could you want? And we have an overnight in Istanbul. We go to Rhodes and Santorini and Mykonos, like all the places. But one thing to really think about is when the time changes there. To me, that's a really big deal. So we were looking at like what time the sun sets, like in Santorini, because we're in Port Clear till 10 o'clock. Yeah. We get there, I think it's 6 or 7 in the morning. It's early. Early, and we're there till 10 p.m. So we are going to dine overlooking the caldera.
Sunset's about 6:30.
Yeah, and so like officially, it'll still be light some after that, but the time changes this year, October 27th. So your daylight hours are going to shrink after that. So going to the Mediterranean anytime is awesome, but going in November is a different thing. It's chillier. You are going to get less daylight as they shift that, and a lot more things are shut down in November than they are in October. So just some things to think about. So October is rather glorious. So if you don't know what to do, it's not an expensive cruise for what it is. You ought to come. Yeah. But anyway, so Mark and Melanie are coming. What I started to say is if you come with us, they are amazing people. Amazing. You're going to want to sit at their table for dinner more than once. And they're a pleasure to associate. We will.
Yeah. So you're going to have to fight with us for a spot at the table.
So as of right now, with everybody who is coming on the group cruise, we have 11 people, including Gordon and I. So it's going to be very intimate. Mm-hmm. We're going to have a lovely time together. So it's just perfect. Yep. So, you're making pasta dinner. Oh, yummy. Or maybe you're eating right now. Enjoy that for us. Zanetta, it's good to see
Yeah.
you. And Mark. Did I miss anybody else? Bruce, I missed you, Bruce. Nice to see you. Nice to have you with us. And Ellen.
Ellen just got
Did
off.
I miss anybody else? She just got off the Emerald, I want
I
to
think
say.
so.
So, Ontario girl, she'll be on the ship before we know it. Let's see. And Melody, it's nice to see you. I got to call you. Oh, he's been in the hospital for
I'm
7
sorry.
weeks, Sheldon. Oh, my goodness. Myra, I am so sorry. Oh, he's going to be in our prayers extra. I am so sorry. 7 weeks is a long time, you sweet lady. I'm really sorry. Let's see. Oh, Matt wants to know if you could only do the British Isles or the Norwegian fjords. Oh, my. You know what?
Well, we did
You know
the
what? It
Norwegian
depends. Well,
out of Southampton.
Here's
so
what I want to
that's-
say. You know what? If you were picking a strictly Norwegian fjord cruise, I would say it depends on what the ports are. Because I look at some Norwegian fjord cruises and I think, oh, because there are some that are okay. Like you look at through the ports that we've been through on other cruises before, and they're okay. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But to me, some of them are not like what you think of when you think of a real Norwegian fjord cruise. You think of going to those ports and you think of what excursions are going to be available. Because when you think of the fjords, if you're going to go on one of these huge cruise ships, other than in 2025 is like the end. So I was going to say like going up through like into Granger Fjord, like we're not going to be able to do.
Right.
That's a really unique thing for such a large ship. Like when we think of Princess, Liberty, Norwegian, right. Whoever doing that. But in a lot of places, you have to be able to go on an excursion to go into some of those tighter fjords. And some of the ports that they've got on these cruises, they don't really have that. So I would say that all Norwegian fjord cruises are not created equal. But one thing that was really nice is last year when we did the one, Matt, that went, it was round trip out of Southampton, but it went to a couple of stops in Scotland, 2 in Scotland, a couple in Norway, and then it did the 4 in Iceland. So it's a little moot point if you don't want to go to Iceland, but if you want to catch a little bit of both, to me, that's a really good option because what we saw in Scotland, like one of the stops there was in Greenock for Glasgow, Scotland. There is an excursion that takes you up into the Scottish Highlands. It was fantastic.
Yeah. It wasn't round trip out of Southampton. We left from Denmark, from Copenhagen.
Oh, sorry, we
ended
did.
Up in Southampton.
But they do run them round trip out of Southampton, I think.
Yeah.
Why do I want to say that's what they're doing this year? I could be wrong, but I want to say it is. So anyway, putting that out there, but I would say really compare. But I would say, oh my goodness, they are both so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I would just have to say it depends on what calls to your heart. Like, and I know that sounds funny, but don't you go to some places or have some places on your bucket list and you're just like, oh, I just got to go there. And I would be willing to work overtime for a year to get there. You know what I mean? Thinking of things like that, that's where you want to go first. So if you need help, I'll talk to you about parts and help you if you need like to talk directly about that. But Tim and Cindy, thank you. We should send them a heart too.
Yeah.
Thanks you too.
Lasers first.
Thank you. You guys are so generous. Thanks.
I get the heart.
Maybe anyone else here.
There we go. Thank you.
Anyone else here who prays, keep Myra and Sheldon in your prayers.
And
sweetest people.
There are some balloons.
Yeah, Tim and Cindy, you guys are wonderful, and they have the sweetest girls. Yeah. Cutest little sweetie pies. So. No, she said it's been rough. Yeah, I can only imagine. Hey, Barbara, your boarding pass is on the app today. Okay, when I looked earlier today, it never was. I mean, it wasn't when I looked earlier. Oh, I am so excited. Oh, here, I'll
look while you do.
You look and see if you can see like my boarding pass on yours or how to get there.
Okay.
Well, I guess we can figure that out after. But okay, Chris, they have a back-to-back on the sun. Oh my goodness, shows up as one on the app. No. In fact, somebody just posted in a long comment under my video. Maybe it was Saturday or it was Friday. You should go read it. But it is a huge problem. Like you can be on, it'll think you're like when you get on your second cruise, it's going to think you're on the first one still. If you switch ships and there's not like quite a bit of time in between, they used to say 24 hours, but it's got to be longer than that now. It still thinks you're back on the other ship. Somebody was on a completely different ship than the ship it showed they're on. No, it's a huge problem. And so somebody had told me that when they got on board on the
Says 11 days.
Oh, see if you can see my boarding pass there, love. So when you get on the ship, someone told me that what they did is they went down to guest services and they had them talk to their technical people. And as they described it to me, they downloaded an app. I don't know if what app it is or if it's like how this works, but they said that it made it work so that you could see that you were on the correct cruise, because like you can't even see your shipboard account for the cruise that you're on. Does that make for that second cruise? It's a mess. And so we have some back-to-back cruises scheduled on ours, and it shows one and it just shows the first one. And it acts like that one booking number is for a 12-day cruise because it's a 5-day cruise and then a 7-day cruise. And so, and I should tell you some exciting news. I don't have it booked yet because it's not available. But, I always tell you, okay, is that mine?
This is my boarding pass.
Okay, see how you can get, well, we could worry about it later after we're done here. But what do I want to tell you? So I always tell you that I go to the Dream Vacations annual conference because that's who my travel agent is. As a travel agent, I'm associated with them. Next year, it's going to be on the Star Princess. I just found that out. So how fun is that going to be? So I'll take y'all with me. I'll tell y'all about it. But I thought you'd think that was kind of fun because I think it's really fun. So
it's wanting us to order our medallions again.
Oh, we already ordered our medallions. We're picking them up at the port. Yeah. That is a glitch that keeps coming up. We've ordered our medallions for this cruise like 10 times, and then it'll tell us we have to do it again. So I quit worrying about it after a while. Oh, Valerie, you're in India. Nice to have you with us. India has been in the news. I've seen a lot lately with that fancy wedding you've got going on there. Lucy only has 40 days until the Majestic. That's awesome. It's 104 in Montreal. See, it is so hot everywhere. Let's see, Tom. Oh,
yeah, I got my eye on you, Tom.
He's teasing you, Tom. Tom he has the life of the party. He's very fun. You're very fun to dance with. He's teasing. No, let's see. And Holly says it's only 107 right now in Gilbert. Hey there, Karen. It's sure nice to see you.
Only.
Let's see. Hey, Debbie, how are you? We're taking our first Mediterranean cruise in April on Princess. Do you recommend Princess EasyAir? Oh, my goodness. What about booking hotels before? The video link. Oh, okay. No. Let me see this. You know what? To everything, there is good and there is bad. But I will say that I really do think that there are good merits of Princess. So here's what I do. Here's the things that I would consider. I would think if there are flight changes, am I comfortable being in charge of my flights? Am I comfortable rebooking my flights, taking care of any glitches that come along as far as that goes? If you get on your trip and there are flight changes, are you okay with taking care of it? If you're not, book with Princess EasyAir. If you look at booking your tickets on your own and you look at the prices in EasyAir and they're significantly cheaper, heaven just book it with Princess EasyAir. I'm always more nervous about getting to the cruise so that I don't miss it. But if there are delays on the way home, it's really inconvenient, but I don't care so much because I've already been to the plate. I haven't missed the ship. Everything is okay. So that's what I would think about. Those are what I really think matters the most with Princess EasyAir. Another thing that I would think about with the hotels is Princess has hotels. And if you're just going to fly there, you're not going to worry about getting it a few days early. You're just going to go the day before. Booking a Princess hotel, that's a great idea depending on how comfortable you are with where you're going. If you know where you're going, often the Princess hotels cost more. And I generally keep an eye on our budget, so I just do our own thing for hotels. But the LAX Marriott is the one I've told everybody. Just remember that the Princess cost is the same as the LAX Hilton.
Do you know where it is in the Mediterranean? If it's like Rome.
Like in Rome? Well, which ones
It
they've
varies.
changed them a little bit
Yeah.
recently. So just ask your travel agent to tell you which ones they are. If you don't have a travel agent, you can call and then look them up on a map, because I know they used to use like a Hampton Inn up by the Borghese a little bit. They used to use like the Royal Santina. You're going to want to look at a map probably, but if you're just going the day before, you don't really care. They'll meet you at the airport, they'll take you to the hotel, and then they'll take you to the ship the next day. But I would look at where the hotels are if you want to go out and do some sightseeing that night. You know, if you get in early enough and you want to go see some things. So that's everywhere, I think. Yeah. And if but if you're going places early or staying a little bit longer, have your travel agent help you know some places to stay, because getting to go to the Mediterranean, half of it is getting to go early or stay late. I don't know if you're doing round trip out of one place, but that area of the world deserves a little bit more time. So just throwing that out there, Debbie. Let us know what else you've got in mind with that. So
There's a question.
could you give us a rundown on what to expect things for upcoming Princess Cruise? You say 11 days, you get a boarding pass. We know luggage tax is $75. So tell me what else you've got questions about. So, usually unless you have a super long cruise, I can't remember the cutoff, but unless you have a really long cruise, your final payment's due 90 days out. Yeah, you can print your travel summary whenever you want, as many times as you want. You can print it now. You can print it. I wait to print it until right before we go, because then it's most accurate. And then if I change my mind, if you don't have transfers, I would definitely get transfers. Well, here's the deal with transfers. I would definitely try to get them at least a week before you go, so that they don't tell you ran out. But like when we were just on our cruise on the Regal Princess, forgot to get transfers. So we called like a week out. They said, oh, we're out. We don't have any more. Well, I know better than that. Forever, I have watched people walk up to them at the airport and they say, oh, yeah, we can take you.
Yeah.
And so
they
did. And so I'm trying to remember, did we even call and get them to add them? Maybe we called again and got them to add them. I can't remember. But at any rate,
it worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
So if you don't have transfers and you get there and wish you were going on that bus, you just walk up and ask them. They're really nice about it. And so you've got your transfers. If you want to book the Plus or Premier package, you can do it when you get on board. I always say do it before you get on board, because then it's ready to go. But otherwise, when you get on board, you can go talk to them. Otherwise, I would do it like they, just do it at least a couple days before, so that they've got it ready for you. But yeah, you can decide how soon you want to pack.
Book your own excursion. If you're booking your own excursions, book them as soon as possible, because they'll fill up some of them. Yeah. And about 14 days out, 2 weeks out, that's about when your medallions should arrive in the mail. Sometimes people get them a little bit, further out, sometimes a little closer, but that's generally the window to get your medallions. So yeah, let us know anything else that you have a question about. But that's kind of how it works. I always start packing a little bit early, especially if I'm going somewhere that I haven't worn those clothes for a while, just to make sure I still like what I think I'm going to take, make sure it still fits the way I think it's going to fit. And so I've got time to, get something new if I want, or trade it out, or all those things. And I spend the last couple of days, I plug everything in to make sure all of our batteries are charged, clear off the SD cards. I juggle what gadgets I want to take and which ones I'm okay without this time.
So he is with technical stuff, like women like me. I shouldn't just lump us all together like I am with outfits. Like that's how he is with technical stuff. He does not fussy about what he takes for clothes. And I'm not fussy as long as I have my phone.
See, three years ago when we first started this, somebody said, hey, Gordon should do a dressing cruise video too. And I said, okay, polos, khakis, done.
A few button-down shirts.
Yeah.
That's about all. So anyway, that's a good question though, Sue and Phil. Let us know if you think of anything else. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Cassie also got one of those emails. Now, you're sitting here and you're like, I did not get one of those emails. You know what? Don't worry. You're still going to get credit for it. Their system is not perfect in sending out emails. So don't be thinking because you didn't get one. Let me know. Let's see. Jojo in Rancho. Nice to have you with us. Hi there. Let's see.
Got a question there.
Do I know what room categories have a full-size bed for the third person on Princess? We had a balcony and it had a trundle. So if you are just booking like a third person, and you want a bed, the best you're going to get is a pull-out sofa, like in a mini suite. That's the closest pull-out sofa bed. That's the closest you're going to get for a full bed for the third person. So if whoever you're traveling with, your third person, really wants to have like a regular bed, you're going to have to get a separate cabin for them.
What about a suite?
Or else, like, well, he said like, or a trundle bed. So they have the beds that pull out of the wall.
Right.
Oh, that's true. You could get some of the suites, but even some of the suites, like the bed is a pull out.
Okay.
Is like a sofa bed. Sorry. So you would have to look at the map, because some of them are different on different ships, as to which ones would have a whole nother bed. So I would say look at that for a suite. But yeah, if they want like a really true regular bed, you just have to get them their own cabin. And I know that's hard, but yeah, the best you're going to get is with the mini suite, the pull out sofa bed, because it sounds like you probably don't want the beds that fall down out of the wall, because some people don't want to have to get in those. So I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Matt. Yeah. Let's see.
Ellen just said.
Oh, thanks everybody. Please remember the thumbs up if you're here. So Bill says he just booked an Enchanted Princess for his wife's 70th birthday. I'm going to tell you, it is hard to book cruises for a present and not have your traveling companion know, because of the app. Like, they're showing up in the app right again. So if she logs into her app, she's going to see it. Just throwing that out there. But that's really nice of you, Bill. I hope she has a really happy 70th birthday.
Says, I hope she's not watching this right now.
If you are, lucky you.
I didn't say a word. He did not get you that cruise. Okay?
So Vernalyn says, what are your thoughts about ports like Barcelona that are actively protesting visitors? Do you think they may change embarkation ports in 2025?
I would think it depends on how intense the protesting gets, or if it goes to the municipal level, that there's actually a vote.
Well, what I think is going to happen is they are already making changes in Barcelona. They are already changing how many, like a really huge part of the problem in Barcelona, even more than the cruise passenger problem, because they have already cut down cruise ships.
Oh, yeah.
They have that other pier, that third pier that they're not using before. And so some of the smaller ships, some of the European lines aren't even coming there as like they were before. And so that to me is one thing. You also, when you think about it, cruise passengers come in for a small window of the day. And if you get like some of those smaller, more luxury cruise ships that come in for a little bit longer window, still, they're not generally there late into the evening. And a lot of what they're complaining about in Barcelona is not only the numbers of the cruisers, but how many of the apartments in the downtown area have been allowed to be turned into Airbnbs and Verbos. And they are already making changes like that. By like next year, they're not going to allow as many as they let be now. And then they are slowly going to get rid of them. And their goal is by 2028 to not have any apartments being those Airbnbs and Verbos like they are right now. And that's going to really make a big difference, because you think of what the hotel capacity is there. But having all of those apartments turn into like, in essence, more hotel rooms, that's really caused a big problem. And those people don't come in for a small window of the day. They're there like, all day long and into the evening. I also think it's going to be really interesting to see like how this shakes out as far as funding for a lot of things go, because it's really easy to say you don't want something until it gets to the point that it really affects your pocketbook. And whether people like it or not, it affects everyone, because when you take revenue away from one sector, you have to get it somewhere else, right? And so you take away a bunch of tourist revenue, and you're going to have to get that money through taxes a lot of the time or other ways. And so it'll be interesting to see like what the long range thing is on this. I don't know. I think it's terrible they're trying to squirt water, shoot water at people who are there. They're already there.
Yeah.
And so really your best way is to be organized and try to mitigate it in the future. That's just me. But oftentimes people protesting aren't like logical. So that's what I think. Are we still going to go to Barcelona? Haven't Jess? That's where my Azamara cruise leaves from in September. So I'm going to go to Barcelona. And am I worried about it? No, I'm not worried about it at all. So I'll let you know what it looks like in September. So yeah, I think that's the only thing we have this year out of Barcelona is in September. So yeah. That's where the Sun Princess was going to go. I feel like it was supposed to be on my list, and it was in February, but it wasn't. Yeah. So, yeah. But I think it's great. Oh, thanks, Code 4 for Life, sending prayers for Sheldon. Yeah, Myra, our thoughts and prayers will be with you.
Holly said they had some severe storms blowing through Iowa.
Oh, did you? Wow. 70 miles an hour winds? Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh, Maddie's going to go on the Sun Princess in 2026. Still waiting stateroom since we're waitlisted in April 2025. So waitlisted. So waitlisted, you're hoping somebody will cancel, right? So that you can go. Yeah, I hope it works out. Yeah. Oh, Michael's got his boarding pass too. I am really glad.
Good. Yeah, I just made a screenshot of mine.
Oh, Rhonda, you got one hip done. Oh, Gordon, you could have warned me. I would feel like I was sitting on a thinly mattress sofa bed at first. Thanks. I hope you're doing. Everybody keep Rhonda in your prayers too. We've been thinking about you, Rhonda. I'm really glad you got one down. One down, like you're halfway there. So I'm excited for you. Really excited.
I think I was very blessed because after we'd been on that Antarctic cruise, we liked that topper on the Princess beds. So we found one that we liked very much like it. So we've got one. So I feel like
we should find that and link it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is awesome.
We'll add it, yeah.
It is really nice. So we have a mattress and then we just put that on top of it.
Which is a pillow top mattress.
It is. So we needed that extra cush, and it is really nice.
And it feels like a princess bed.
It does, but it's not so cushy.
We're on a cruise every night.
That it's not so cushy that you feel like it's gushy. Yeah, no. It's just really nice.
So yeah, we are spoiled here.
Yeah. So
the Princess of the Pea,
it's nice to see you. A few, and then let's see. Explore with Drew. Oh, Thomas says 88 and a tornado watch. Oof. Okay. All right, Thomas, we have so many people to keep in our prayers. I hope you don't get a tornado. Yeah. He's in Illinois there. Northern Illinois. Let's see. Oh, Explore with Drew there. Oh, well, that'll be nice to say hi on the New England cruise. It'll be good. It'll be good to meet you. We're looking forward to it.
So that's the link to the video about her latest one about EasyAir, which she summarized it this evening. But if you want to know a little bit more, this is one she did about a month and a half ago. So
thanks, dear. And then Chris, nice to see you have to make tornado watches too. My goodness, this has been a hard year for tornadoes there in the midsection of the country. Nancy, nice to see you, sweetie.
Debbie is saying that they're staying a little bit.
Oh, so I would get my own. Talk to your travel agent and ask them where they would recommend staying. Tell them what you want to see.
She booked it.
You know what? If it's more than 60 days or if you've paid in full, then we can't transfer it. If it's less than 60 days and you haven't made final payment, you can send me an email. Thanks very much, Debbie. Yeah. If you can't transfer it, just look. I love Rick Seif's books. To me, those are like a good jumping off place. He lists place to stay, but then otherwise, let me know if you can transfer it and I'll help you. But if not, I'll tell you some more. Oh, Hope. Hi, Hope. How are you, sweetheart? Yeah. Oh, I know right where to stay in Copenhagen. Yes, I do. I actually know a couple of places. So if you want to be more downtown or if you want to be right by the airport, we got this. I'm really excited. That's hot there for you guys. Let's see. Hey, Jana, how are you? Now, Jana is a beautiful dancer. Let's see. Princess EasyAir from Heathrow to LAX is only $300. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Didn't even look. See, that's a really good thing to look. So where was it? You know what? It really pays to look at flights on EasyAir early because where is it? One of the transatlantics. If you're wanting to do a transatlantic on the send me an email because I can help you because there is flights that is like half as much. One flight on United is like half as much to come back to the US. And so really take a look as soon as you book your cruise and see what you can find. And if like one of them is way less, like the one Jana found there for $300, like hurry up and get it because it can change. It can change like that. It can even change when you search again, which is crazy to me, but it can. I've delayed over 5 hours, so getting $662. Well, there you go. You can't beat that. That's more than you can put that in your next cruise account. So good, Jana. I'm glad that worked okay. And I'm glad you got extra. That's awesome.
Carrie ran off about 10 minutes ago.
Okay, see you, Carrie. And then freaking out. Oh, it's so good
it
to
is
see you,
about
Sean
time
and
you
Alana.
got to alive, you guys. Gosh.
Yeah, we need to pop into yours more. So theirs are usually
4 a.m.
Yeah, I used to always do that on Wednesdays, and then my schedule changed a little bit, and I was busy Tuesday nights. What I was used to do Wednesday morning, I did Tuesday night, but now I'm back to Wednesday morning, so I'll try to catch you guys again. Yeah, it's nice to see you, Sean. Yeah. Really good. Hope you're doing okay. You've been on our mind. Yeah. So thanks for the tips video. He has a travel power adapter that has several plugs he can pull out, so he can use it anywhere with only one adapter.
I had one of those. I guess I must have pushed too hard one time or something. Yeah, they were the ones that you slide in and out, and I broke it. So
that's awesome. Thanks for telling us.
Sometimes
Tom.
I'm a little too hard on my gadgetry.
Yeah, we should look at doing another one, love. Thanks for saying that, Tom. You're awesome. So Chris is going on the Discovery in the spring. Looking forward to some restaurant recommendations. Oh, yeah. You're right, Chris. I think you've said that before. So you can't do the Rudy's. Well, for specialty, I think then you've got Sabatini's and the Crown Grill. I don't know. I think if I had to, I can
or
cook.
Alfredo's.
I can cook. Well,
I guess that's casual.
Sorry. But you can eat casual all you want, though, with that Premier package. I don't know. I can make good Italian food, actually, and I can get good Italian food easier than I can get generally a really good steak.
Yeah.
And so I would probably do that. But I guess you just have to kind of think of what you enjoy the most. So, yeah. But they're good. I think that they're really good. And I think definitely between the venue of Sabatini's on the Discovery Princess, which is over by Guest Services, it's its own restaurant, or the venue of the Crown Grill there on the Discovery Princess, I would always choose the Crown Grill, because it's like open there with the lounge area and the bar, and then you go back and there's the restaurant, but you've got the pianists there and they're always playing and singing, and it's just really
Did they get an Asian
atmosphere.
one on Discovery? They have the sushi.
No, and they're taking away that Harmony one on the Majestic.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's gone yet, but they said it's going away. Yeah. So anybody going in the Majestic soon, let us know. Or if you've been on recently, let us know. So
here's a question.
Let's see. Are there specific theme nights on the Discovery to Alaska? You know what? I don't think that you need to pack any differently than usual, because I have not heard of those theme nights a lot anymore. Yeah. For a while, we were hearing of like a white night on the second formal night, but now I've noticed that often they'll say, and we can tell you after we go on our cruise, because it's on the Discovery, they will have like on the first night, it'll be more like formal night. But then on the second formal night, they'll call it Dress to Impress. Yep. When we were just on the Regal Princess, they actually said that you weren't going to be wearing your shorts in the main dining room on that formal night. And then she went on, the cruise director, it was on the Wake show, she went on to list off like all the places you could eat instead on the show. But just that on that evening, you wouldn't be dining in the main dining room in shorts. And like, that's the first time I have heard an announcement like that. But I don't think anybody cared.
No.
So
we could make something up if you want, or you could make up something up, start a new trend.
But no, I haven't seen any theme nights. They have like, it seems like lately they have 80s like dancing in the piazza, but that only lasts 45 minutes. Some people tend to like put on something goofy for it. A lot of times it looks more 70s to me than 80s, what they were for the 80s. But sometimes there's a 50s, but I can't really see you packing for that unless you would like to wear that anyway. Yeah. So I wouldn't worry about that. Yeah. Hey, Hetty, good to see you, sweetie pie. Really good to see you. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Well, and you see some people and they recommend like everything on Amazon to take with you. And we're kind of not like, we're past that. Like, I don't need a gadget for everything. I only want to take with me what I'm going to use and what I need. So, yeah, Mary ended up saying that cruises that begin and end is, what did she say? There's her second comment. Her first one was about you spend a lot of money in Barcelona. Yeah. I think you have to be really careful where you stay too. Like a couple of places that I know, that I'm really glad we know they're not expensive, but it doesn't take very long to spend a lot of money. You're right, Mary, going early and staying late in places Arrive 2 or 3 days early, stay late. Hotels are expensive. We stayed one time outside of the city center.
Oh, okay, there you go.
See, that's a good idea. And we've ridden the metro. There's a hotel we like over by Sagrada Familia, and there's a metro stop not too far from there. And I don't think have you ridden the metro?
No,
Barcelona,
no,
Carolina,
we've
and
always
I
done
did
taxis.
that. Yeah, we've done that a few times. Or we've done the hop on, hop off. That's a great way to get around the city because it goes everywhere. So truly, it goes everywhere. You can go to the beach on the hop on, hop off. You can stop at Las Ramblas. You can go anywhere. So it's a really nice option. So let's see.
Mari's wait listed on the
Coral for reserve collection. There you go.
Here's another question.
Which Hampton do y'all staying in Seattle? So right by the airport, there are 2 Hampton Inns, and we've stayed at both of them over the course of going there.
And they're both good.
They're both fine. One of them, it's a little bit harder to find the shuttle. And so every time, if you stay at the Hampton Inns, every time a Hampton shuttle comes to the pickup area for shuttles, just ask if that's yours. That's what I would say. But we've stayed also at the Doubletree, which is the Hilton property. This time we're staying at the Hilton Garden Inn.
And there's a Hilton.
Yeah. There's a regular Hilton there too. I think we stayed there a long time ago.
Yeah, and the Hilton actually has just a walkway that goes straight across to it.
Yeah, it does. It's a little bit of a ways.
It is a while.
It's not as far as the one in Heathrow Terminal 2, though, from Terminal 3. My goodness.
Felt like we walked from the terminal to downtown London.
I mean, we were fine walking there. It was just a long way.
I got a lot of steps that day.
So anyway, it was good. So yeah, glad you're doing good, Rhonda. How early can you book? Oh, you know what? So as soon as flights are released by the airlines, right about that time is when the Princess EasyAir. And so it depends on who you ask. Sometimes people say 366 days, 360, 330 days. It's usually around 11 months out from when the flights are going to go, I've noticed. So for the September 2025, probably like in September or October this year is that's when I would start looking. Yeah. So let's see. Cheryl.
This is dedication for you.
You sweet lady. Okay. Just be careful because you might need your phone for something else. You love. I am really happy you're with us, Cheryl. I can't wait to meet you in person. I'm going to know you have an extra bit of pluck to you. So thanks. Yeah, a lot of you are having tornado watches this evening.
Good luck.
My goodness. God be with you.
So truly. I grew up in Los Angeles with earthquakes, which she was terrified. I'm scared of them, but she grew up in tornado country. First time I ever went to visit, and they said something about a tornado, and I was just like, "What do we do?"
We were at this store. It was like, clear back when Walmarts were first coming out. I didn't know if it's when they're. At any rate, we were just at a small town in Indiana, like Frankfurt. I think was it Frankfurt?
Yeah, it was
somewhere. And they have, for those of you in Indiana. And so we're there. We'd been like on an outing all day, showing them the beautiful state and everything. And on the way back, we stopped because we needed something. So we're looking around the store, looking at what we want. And all of a sudden, Gordon finds me. And he looks like he's going to be shot.
I'd been glued to the TVs over in the appliance section, watching the tornado watch. It touched down. And I'm just like,
we're like, it's okay, honey. Don't worry. Because
we're still here.
Going. Yeah. Anyway, and then we had earthquakes. So.
And she looked out the window to see if the ground had cracked.
I did. So
it did in Superman. Come on.
So let's see. I can talk about Spellbound. Yeah. And Gordon, you know what? Find my video where I talked about Spellbound on the ship because I was so excited. You put in footage from it, didn't you, when you did it, when I talked about it? On the set? Yeah. Gordon will find that for you too to help. But Lori, we have to pay for the new pizza at Slices. You know what? In my mind, I would think yes, because it's at Alfredo's that also costs. But I guess we'll just have to see. And I am really excited to hear from people who are like on the Sun Princess now. So if you're on the Sun Princess, let us know, because they said that's where it's going to start and then roll out this summer, which here we are. I'm dying to know. So I did hear from somebody, Gordon was tracking down, like the Sky Princess participated in that world record. And they were thinking that maybe all of the ships did in order to get enough people. Yeah. But like in order to participate, you had to sign up so that they would know to make pizza, like to assign pizza to you, and that you had to eat it. And so
you actually tapped your medallion.
And so, but yeah, I would really love to hear, because you know what, if they were able to make that kind of pizza on board, it would seem to me that it ought to be rolling, so they can now make it on board to serve people, right? I thought about that. So let me know. And I'm really excited to go on the Discovery and see if we get to have pizza. One of our Intrepid Let's Go family members, he and his wife are going to go on the Enchanted on Saturday. Like, I can't wait to hear. So it's going to be really fun. Yeah. So anybody that notices first, let us know. As far as Spellbound, so Spellbound has two components.
Oh, and I just now dinner. Put the link.
Yeah. So when we were on the Sun Princess in March, the dinner part was not ready yet. But they had the venue set there. It was not decorated yet, but they had the table. It was in the corner of the Deck 8 main dining room. I don't know if it's going to still be there with all the shuffling they're doing of the dining rooms. But it was ready, and it was going to be really special. I've seen here and there people posting the menus for Spellbound. I've seen some screenshots of the food. It's really kind of themed with magic, right? That's what it seems like. And so then when you're done eating, though, they take you from there to a venue that is only used for that. There's a door that you go through. And you know, when you're at the Haunted Mansion there at Disneyland, when you go in, first to start, they take you into that room, and then they have the little presentation, and the room, you know, kind of grows and everything. The room doesn't grow, but there are some special effects when you go into the introduction area. It's just like the going in the front entry of a beautiful home. So you go in there, you're there for that. And then after they're done with that part, they take you into the next room, and that's where they've got the piano that plays, and they greet you with a cocktail or a mocktail. If you don't drink alcohol, you just say, oh, I would like a mocktail, please, and they'll come and find you and hand it to you. But so then it's really cool. It's a really nice area that like one room, and then you move into the next room as well. It's all connected, like, right? It's like a dining room and a living room. But then there's the bar where they're doing tricks. They were doing some tricks and making really cool mocktails. There are mocktails and cocktails that you only get in Spellbound. Right. So you have the dinner that is unique to Spellbound, and you have that whole experience of being in there, and you can stay as long as you want. So if you book early, the early dinner, like you have 2 dinner times every evening, you can stay as long as you want to stay. And when I asked them what the cutoff time for that was, they're like, oh, we're here really late. Yeah. And the only thing that they don't have is a powder room. So if you need to use the powder room, they have a door that you go out, and you're stepping like right into the casino. And so you go to the bathroom, and then you come back in that door. But then at some point,
I had to hold the door because it would shut on its own. You can't.
And he knew that I was going to come back. So anyway, so then they take you, when it's time, they tell you, and they take you into a separate room where they do a magic show, which they did a really cool job on. And the people, the crew members who are working there, and especially the one gentleman at the counter who was doing some magic tricks, as well as the one who was doing the magic show, they have both worked at the Magic Castle in Hollywood. So they're very good at what they do. And it's just really special. So you have the special magic show there, and then you can come back and just visit. The crew members are very engaging there. It's fun to be at the bar and watch what they do with mocktails and cocktails. It's just really kind of a fun thing. Yeah, and a lot of the decorations there actually come from the Magic Castle, or from the family that started the Magic Castle, from their home. That is like, they're real. They're not just like a digitized copy of something. It's the real deal. And so it's really cool to look at all the different artwork and just enjoy. There's a lot of tables and chairs. You can sit down and enjoy and just soak it all up. It's really cool. So it's $149 a person. To me, it's a lot like, so I'm a person like watching the magic. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. But like, I'm not crazy about magic, but it was very entertaining. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So to me, it's like 360. I would pay to do it once. If you are someone that thoroughly enjoys magic, though, you're going to want to go more than once. I can easily see people that are really into magic going on a cruise on the Sun Princess and then wanting to book that ship again to go. And the cool thing is so she is in the Mediterranean for 20 What year are we in? This is 2024. She'll be going back to the Mediterranean for 2025 and 2026. And so, but in the wintertime, she'll be here in the Caribbean. So you really kind of have the chance of the best of both worlds. If you want to sail from here, you can do that in the winter. If you want to go on a European adventure, away you go, you can do it over there. And then, but yeah, I don't even know. I'd be surprised. Honestly, I'd be surprised if there's a Spellbound on the Star Princess, because it's such a unique thing. It's the only time that the Magic Castle has allowed there to be another location with their stuff going. So it's extraordinarily amazing that they actually got that. So I hope that helped. Is that enough? That was kind of a long explanation. Let's move along. Let's see. Tom's going 4 days to Las Vegas. Well, happy early birthday, Tom. Really happy birthday. Yeah, it's hot, huh? September, he's on the Crown to Alaska 39th cruise on Princess.
Nice.
Well, you were elite a long time ago. So good job. Let's see. Has anyone been on MSC? You know what? We have not yet. To me, MSC is really interesting because people either think it's great as a general rule and would go again, or like not again. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of middle ground there.
Yeah.
People are pretty unanimous saying they don't care for the food. People from the United States, I should say, because we sail from MSC generally here in the US. Of course, you can go to Europe and go on a cruise on MSC, but that's mostly what I hear about. Yeah, you know what? I think it's worth a try. We're going to go sometime on them. I haven't figured out when yet. A couple of other lines are ahead in my list of where I want to go next, but you'll have to let us know what you think. Yeah, MSC is a big deal. They, it's an Italian shipping company is what it originally was. And the family still owns that and expanded into a cruise line.
Yeah.
So yeah, they are doing a good job of expanding in
she
the
did
US
a video
market.
a little bit ago, a little bit more
oh yeah,
in-depth explanation. And I just linked that over there too.
You're just wonderful. Thanks, love. So anyway, Chris, pop your questions in there if you didn't see. Maybe Chris will answer them for you.
Yeah.
Going on the Discovery at the end of September, doing Pacific Wine Country. You know what? That area, that region there is beautiful. So even if you don't drink alcohol, it's a beautiful place to go. We've been there before, not on a cruise, but
you see what Down Under's, they've got their son is in Israel right now.
Oh, is he really? Oh my goodness. Hats off. You know what? I was just talking with Mark and Melanie today, if they're still here, and they were saying that they're looking at land tours to Israel and they're still seeing some going.
Wow.
And so I was like, wow, I had no idea. And so thank you. I am so grateful your son's over there helping, and good for him. Good for him. We'll keep him in our prayers. Hopefully he'll be safe, as well as everyone else there. Yeah. It's good job.
Chris mentioned Frankfurt hot dogs.
Oh.
Because he's in Northwest Indiana.
Oh. Frankfurt, Indiana. It's just little. It's kind of by Kokomo. Let's see. What else did we miss, sweetheart? You be in charge of that.
Let's see.
Larry's here, 108 in Sun City. It's good to see you, Larry. Really nice to see you. So.
And Chris is talking about the MSC.
Oh, hasn't been on Princess yet. Only entertainment's okay. Food is good. Coffee bar was great on Royal Caribbean. Yeah. Thanks for saying that. Barbara's. Oh, you guys are staying at the Hampton on 194th, but we'll have our car.
Oh, okay.
This is nice. You guys live close enough. Yeah. This is, I think, you guys' first Princess cruise, isn't it? Like, they are resident Disney experts, so we'll be learning about that while we have the pleasure of being on the cruise with them.
The Emerald was the one that was highlighted on the video.
Oh, on that video. Thank you, Ellen, for saying that. Yeah, on the video that I had on my video was from the Emerald. Yeah. Hi there, Wendy. I hope you guys are doing good. When does Princess usually let passengers know what port in New York? Oh, it's in Brooklyn.
For us, for the Love Boat.
Yeah, she's coming. Yeah. They're coming. Yeah, it is Brooklyn. And the way that I know, and Princess doesn't do a good job of telling people, but I looked at the port schedules, and it's their biggest life.
It is showing up on our travel summary.
It is showing up on our travel. How long ago is it there?
I don't know, but it's because we had a transfer. Do we have a transfer? I don't know.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. Wendy's brother's trying to plan which to go to. Yep, it is Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Terminal. Yep, not Manhattan. So I'm glad you asked. So.
Sue was on the
Hi there,
sky.
Sue. You did not have to pre-sign up at the pizza party, but they did register your cabin as you went on. She was on the Sky. Just got back on Saturday. Well, I wonder what ship was it then that somebody said you had to sign up if you wanted to participate?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, it wasn't the Sky. Yeah. Thank you, Sue. Yeah, one of the ships, somebody said you had to sign up. So that's awesome.
And the Troll Road is closed.
Oh, you know what? I saw that. Yeah. Thank you. I think I talked about it. Yeah, they've had like landslides. So if you don't know, there's the Troll Path in Norway, and you can go to it. You could hit it from Grangerfjord when they would have excursions. They would get you off like it. Okay, so when you enter Grangerfjord, you go in, and then you have to turn. And they used to stop right when you went in, and they would let people off.
Or something like that.
Maybe, I think it started with an H.
Yeah.
They would let people off, and then you would be gone all day on a bus ride that would take you on the toll path and bring you around and bring you to Granger. And so, yeah, that's a no-go. Or at least from Allison. That's what we did when we did it last summer. But yeah, they've had rock slides, and they're worried about the safety of the road. So they've got to figure out who's going to pay to repair whatever the problem is. So to help mitigate those rock slides. So I'm really sorry, Sue. Really sorry.
Here's Mary talking about MSC.
I think MSC is marketing to the entry-level cruiser with kids sail free. I would think they would be very careful about when to cruise with them again, avoiding school holidays. You know what? Thanks for saying that, Mary. Yeah, our Let's Go family members who said not again said that when they went, and it was just, I'm trying to remember when they went. It wasn't during the holidays, actually. It wasn't, if I remember correctly. And there were still a million kids.
Well, she was on last February, she said.
Last February.
And it was overrun with
spring
kids.
Break. Oh, yeah, you're right. They do.
Yeah.
And they actually have really attractive pricing for everybody, not only just kids sail free, but when you look at their cruise fares, they are really affordable. And it's because they're trying to get into this market and get people going on them and hoping they'll want to come again. Yeah, you're right. They do have very attractive pricing. They do. So. Oh, thanks for saying this, Sean. Israel is open for business, just certain places for obvious reasons are closed. But Israel wants and needs all the positive help it can get. You know what? That's really interesting. So that makes sense. If you went on a land tour with people that have been doing it and have good connections, know what they do, you know, what they're doing, where they're going, I can see that would be really good. I follow this guy on Instagram, and I followed him for a long time before October 7th. And he is a tour guide, and he would like even meet you at the airport and just take you on a tour wherever it is you wanted to go in Israel. And it was always on my list to sign up with him when we thought we could do that. So I wonder if I should message him and see if he's meeting people yet. Yeah, I'm hoping things get better there.
Ellen said they had to sign up with a medallion for the pizza.
Thanks, Ellen.
Carlos.
Thank you.
Was on the Regal, and they did pizza.
They did it as well. It must have been on every ship.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was fantastic and a lot of fun. Weather was not too bad. Oh, thanks, Carlos, for putting pictures up on Facebook when you have time.
Yeah.
So how was that pizza? Was it really good? Yeah, like they said in my video, they have two that they've developed brand new, that Tony
but the one for the Guinness World Record, was it the special pizza or was it just
I don't know. You'll have to tell us. I didn't see that in the press release.
Yeah, they showed us making the pizza. So
yeah. How fun is that? Yeah, let us know, would you pay for that piece of pizza? There's a good question. Let us know, would you pay for it? So any other questions?
We're
getting we're at the top of the hour anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're here, give us a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. So Gretchen says they booked a sanctuary mini suite today for the sun. It's this one, love. Sailing November 30th. We'll consider the Magic Castle.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's just so truthfully, being a person that's not like, I'm not crazy about magic. I don't dislike it. I don't like it. If there's a magic show going on, I would say, well, what else is going on? And then I would decide what I want to do. But I'm really glad I went because it was just really cool. Fun, if I went again, I would probably order more mocktails. I don't think I ordered enough mocktails. But I really enjoyed it. It was just something fun and something different. But I do understand, with it being $149 a person, you have to decide if you want to spend that on that or if you want to spend it on something else. So unless you really, really enjoy, like I said, unless you really thoroughly enjoy magic, I could see doing it once. But it'd be really interesting to know too, and maybe people know that have been able to do it more than once, which I don't know how many people there are in that position thus far, since that ship hasn't been sailing all that long. But I don't know how often they change that magic show, right? I don't know. I don't know if it changes, like how often they rotate out the crew member that does that. If those contracts are the same length, I don't know. So that, to me, that maybe would affect it a little bit. But I'll tell you, you get all the drinks you want while you're there, and it doesn't matter if you have a package or not. So if you go in there and you don't have a package, you're not charged for any drinks, and you can still have as many as you want while you're in there. So just putting that out there. Oh, Carlos said the pizza was fine. 580 participants. The pizza was free. Set it up in the buffet. You needed to scan your medallion at the entrance and must eat 2 pieces and stay for 15 minutes. So just the pizza was just fine. Doesn't sound like super.
I think it was just their standard pizza. It was not the specialty.
Maybe they just made real basic to try to get the world record. Yeah. So thanks for saying that. It's really good to see all of you. Thanks so much for coming. Yeah. Really, thank you for coming. Let us know what other questions you've got, anything else you want us to talk to around here. If you haven't watched our video for today, go take a look. And are we ready to go live?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Thank you all.
We'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. God bless America. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.